Welcome back to Divinity Virtue. My name is Dustin Taylor. I hope everyone had a good Christmas. So this was kind of a interesting Christmas for me. Like I said, I'm on a cycle. Whether everyone believes that life is a cycle or not, I believe that when you go in to a cycle, whether you do things right, you can level up. Do things wrong, you just seem to be fighting over and over and over, doing the same thing, just different people, same energy. All right, I got to quit doing videos in the morning. Really tired. That was a yawn. Sorry about that. But I can remember like 10 years ago when I was in Australia and I phoned 9 years ago, sorry. It would be 10 years next year. That's where the end of the cycle goes. So 9 years ago, I was in Australia and I remember phoning my family back home in Alberta and talking to them on Christmas. And even though I was like really angry in life, I had just come out of a relationship, hitting the bottle worse than I could have probably ever hit it. It was just, let's drink. That was my thing, drinking. And I was pretty depressed. But, when you're in Australia, you're hanging out with a bunch of traveling people and you have a beach pool party on Christmas. And yeah, you get over your sorrows pretty quickly. So yesterday, nobody in my family except for my cousin, and I'm talking like my dad's brother's grandfather's kid's kid. I don't even know if that's a cousin, to be honest with you. I have no idea how those things work, and just doesn't really care for me. Everyone's a cousin, everyone's related. That's how it goes in my world. I don't really know. Yeah, he was the only one who wished me like a Merry Christmas. And so, normally I would have been down, but I just went on with my day, went to the gym, saw a few people that I did not think would go to the gym on Christmas. Their families love them. The one guy comes in with brand new shoes and telling me how he got cowboy boots, and I was like, "Wow, you're becoming a cowboy." I was like, "Good on you." I'm like, "You're a good-looking kid. You'll do well in that if that's what you want to be." So it was just fun because I came home, just literally worked on my idea, and that's the other thing is I don't know how many people have tried to open up their own company. I've opened up two in the past. One was a UAV, which is an unmanned aerial vehicle. And what we were doing is we built the UAV and we would fly it around golf courses actually. And we would essentially do like a topography of a golf course. So you would fly it from the first tee all the way to the pin and then back. And we would put it into the computer, put it into the software, edit it. I did actually have a friend who was very computer literate. So when you see that I don't edit videos, it wasn't me. It was the other guy. So I never learned that trait, and I probably should have because who would have known that I would create videos of me just being some crazy dude trying to just rebuild his life from the very start. Who knew? But anyways, that was in yeah. So we did that, and I can remember that lasted about a summer. And the reason sorry, like I said, I really got to quit doing videos in the morning. So the reason that that company actually didn't last was that when you work with friends, you better make sure you're fully able to work with a friend. That's the first part. Second, you need to realize that whatever your ideas for a business are should align up 90% of the time with the person you're working with. If you end up not always seeing eye to eye and not always letting your ego go, because I think at that day I was young and I didn't realize that like, I wanted to take over the world. I wanted to build my own business, but I wanted to do it my own way. I had an idea of how to make money, stuff like this. But instead of having faith in someone else, and that might be because, we don't train people to believe in others. We only train people to fight for themselves in this world. Imagine that. So maybe that was a little bit of my insecurity, my fake bravado, whatever it was, because that business could have gone off. He was a very smart individual. He had the army background. He had the army with the computer background. I had the business with the ego background. I don't know. I knew how to sell. Essentially, that's where I did well. I knew how to build up the business plan. I even did the financials at that time, and I wasn't in. I had no nothing, no accounting, no finance, nothing. So that was all just Google doing one step at a time. So I did my financials and everything on that one. Built up our book, but we eventually shut it down. Sold everything. Pretty much came out at zero. It was just one of those facts that for what we were showing, how much work we were doing, it was like we were actually spending more money or more of our time before we even saw a dollar. So it didn't work out. And I can tell you my second business was a group insurance company. And even though it wasn't business, I was still a sole proprietor. So I was working for a big company, but as like a contractor type thing. And that was you know what? There's a lot of money in insurance, but insurance is a very tough game because people in the time of need will not pay for insurance. It's something intangible. You can't touch, you can't feel. But when they do have money, they go, "Oh, my life needs to be my life needs to be protected. My kids need to be protected." When they have money, you'll make a lot of insurance deals. But I was doing group insurance. So I was going around to the big companies, the corporations, trying to see if they wanted to get benefits for their entire company. And it was not bad. In 6 months, I made well over 10,000 calls. At that time, I was living in Calgary, and I actually found a way to access through the Better Business Bureau every company, every directory, every email, every phone number listed in Calgary. So I just went to town and I made some good deals, but the thing was if I made a deal now and they didn't sign or the deal didn't take place 4 months from now, I wouldn't get paid 4 months from now. So my highs, make the sale. Wait. I just didn't have the money or the time for that. So I had to get out of there. So this third company, I'm starting everything by myself. I've built up all of my templates. I've built up my final presentations. I'm building up this YouTube channel because I want to show people that I'm trying to talk the walk the talk, however that goes. Talk the talk, walk the walk. There's a lot of people who talk about things, and even for example, I can remember earlier this year, and I've seen this guy at the gym once, okay, one time, and he goes outside. We're all outside, and he's trying to show off that he's a big man or something. He goes, "Yeah, I'm getting really healthy and I'm working out." As he's sucking his stomach, I go, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa. No, you're not." I'm like, "Don't even try to profess you're doing something you're not." I'm at the gym every day, 2 hours a day, and I think I've seen you once. And he can go, "Oh, well, I go at the night or different times." Trust me, I go every day at different times, which means that unless you're robotic or unless you have a schedule like mine and you have no job, there's no chance. I would have seen you. I've seen everyone in the gym at some point. So, anyways, he got all mad at me and then threatened to fight me. I said, okay, cool. You can beat me up. Then he goes, I got more money than you. And I go, cool. Once again, what are you going to prove? At the end of the day, we just know that you lied. And then you're trying to save face against somebody who's got nothing but actually puts in the time trying to be a better person. It was just very interesting. So, going back to this business, I was talking to two people, my mom and one of my friends. And my mom was like, "Oh, I really love your website." She goes, "I finally figured it out. You're going to be the next Tony Robbins." She goes, "Why don't you get on the TED Talks? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that?" And I said, "Well, why don't we do this first? How about I build up the company, build up myself because I want to prove to people that I went out and got a six pack, that I changed my eating ways, that I went from taking pills every day, whether it was like omega 3s, whether it was acid reflux pills, whether it was allergy pills, whether it was the multivitamin pills. I think at that stage of my life, I was drinking so much that I get acid reflux all the time. I would tell you there was probably some other complications in my body just from when I went to the bathroom. I noticed a lot of different colors. We don't need to go any further than that. But it got to the point that my liver and my kidneys, I'd wake up and I'd be like, ooh, that hurts. That's some pain that I haven't felt in before. I'm going to tell you right now, whether whether people believe this or not, I do truly believe that if you get rid of fast food and if you get rid of alcohol, you go back to a much more natural diet. When I say natural, anything that the world has to put earth, sun, water, and energy into it, whatever the cycle is to make it grow, put it in your body. Well, if it's healthy. But I'm saying put it in your body because I have not in 2 years bought any acid reflux pills, any omega 3 pills, any sleeping pills. I have not drank alcohol. And I'm almost wondering, and at one point I will go to the doctor just to confirm whether I'm healthy or not. I think the only reason I don't go is just because I worked in the insurance industry that I know that once you go to the doctor and they diagnose something with you, it's in your file, which means if something does happen to you and you have insurance, and I do have insurance, it means that if my family, and I'm thinking for my future family, and this is kind of weird, but I'd rather my body tell me if I'm okay or not than a doctor because once it's in the file, the insurance company has a way of claiming saying that we don't have to pay you out because you had this type of disease or this was a forewarning or some kind of condition. There's always these loopholes that insurance gets you with. So that's why I try not to go. I just try to eat healthy and everything. But I'm going to tell you right now, I had a cold 2 or 3 days ago. I can tell you this is the last day of it. And I went to the gym every day. I did 2 hours of cardio. I ate healthy. Came home and I probably drank 10 liters of tea. I didn't put any medication into my system, nothing. And I feel absolutely good. I'm going to, after this video, I'm going to go to the gym. This should be the last day I sweats it out. I don't know. I had a lot of interesting situations. It was just like my mom, she triggers me a lot. And I don't know if it's just because I see the way she treats my cousins. It's not how I was raised. And I know from watching her, she's a chameleon. Like she shapeshifts. she accustoms herself to everyone, but she never did it to me. She just always at me, at me, at me, like her or my stepdad. It was not a healthy. I didn't think it was healthy, but whatever. It is what it is. But she triggered me and she goes, "Oh, well, you're trying to become a counselor and stuff like this." And I said, "No, no, 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 no. I don't want to be a counselor whatsoever. I don't want to hear about people going, oh, I'm an alcoholic or I'm a drug addict. I don't care. Here's the deal. You're an alcoholic, you're a drug addict, you're a sex addict, whatever you are, you chose that path. Now, if you want to stay on that path, that's up to you. I chose, well, somehow I chose, but that's because it just clicked in one day to just give up every sin and addiction to walk a better path. Okay. So I made that conscious decision to change my life. I did it by myself. I didn't go to counseling. I didn't go to therapy. I read books. I watched testimonials. I looked at people. I used willpower. And I reversed engineered everything in my life to how I got to that addiction. I said, okay, what am I chasing in that addiction? Which was sugars. I love sugar. That's what it comes down to. So when I started drinking, I didn't like alcohol. And that's the other thing is, oh, you'll eventually like it. Well, that shouldn't be the point. If you didn't like it to begin with, why are you going to keep putting it in your body until you eventually get used to it? That should be the first key to people. But who thinks that way? I don't know. So I don't know. This is just a very interesting year. So then that kind of triggered me, and I've looked at my proposal. I've looked at my business, and I go, well, am I on the right track or am I on the wrong track? I don't know. Like my mom's made millions of dollars throughout her life. I could say I've made six figures. I know I've made over 1 million, not in 1 year, where she probably has. But now you question yourself, going, okay, well, I'm trying to open up a third business. I already got two failures, and people keep coming at me. And that's the other thing is, why are you guys coming at me? I got nothing. You know, here's the difference. At least I'm trying to go to the gym, be a better person. At least I worked on myself to get rid of my addictions. Now, you know what? I can't find a job for the life of me. I'm getting interviews, and I'm going to tell you something. I had an interview yesterday, and the way they're doing interviews now is they send you a video, and I've seen this 3 times now, that they'll ask you 8 different questions, and so far, all the questions have been all different. So they must just randomly choose 8 questions. So you get 30 seconds to read the question, and then a video shows up. So you got 3 minutes. It's all 3 minutes. So far, every interview that's had a video has been 3 minute questions. But you only get one try. So if you mess up, you can't just stop it, retry again. You have to be on the spot. And I almost wonder if that's just to see how well you work in time constraints or demands or how well you think on your feet. It'll be interesting. So that's going to tell you right now that human resource jobs, if you're in university right now, that's done. What's your job? Think this through. If video interviews, that means whoever owns the company, pays for the interviews. Even when you sign paperwork now, the last job I had, they sent it all over email. There was one part where it would have a signature and you just sign it, however, italics, Times New Roman, and whatever. And literally, you just click on everything that has a signature, click, 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 and it'll put up your signature. Date it, put the numbers in. So all your T4s, all your forms, all your application forms online, done in 10 minutes. Sent right back in. So now you're not doing interviews. You're not doing that. Time clock, I'm going to tell you right now, even for my consulting thing, my consulting project, I've looked online for a company where I can use a clock. So if I work 45 minutes on a project, I can put in 45 minutes and it stops. I can even tell what I did in that 45 minutes to justify the price. So your time clocks are done. Your HR stuff is done. HR is done. Anyone who's in university for an HR degree, just go get the hands-on knowledge and experience and learn the programs that most companies will use. I'm going to tell you right now, that's the only way you're getting in. That's done. When you think about COVID and why they did this and they shut everyone down, they wanted to see how well the world could work with everyone being controlled. And the reason I say controlled, I was frontline. I might have caught COVID, but I'm going to tell you, I also worked out. I ate healthy. So if it got me, it didn't get me bad. I don't really know. I'm going to tell you, I was frontline. I was out on the streets. I was not crazy. I just enjoyed my life. And I don't know. Like, uh, COVID's so planned. It doesn't even, something's just crazy about that. Because, like, think about this. They've had, like, to, tubular sclerosis, tubular, whatever that word is, tubular sclerosis, whatever. They've also had like HIV. And here's the other thing is I can remember years ago. I like to go on Google and I'll go down the rabbit hole. Sometimes I'll click on one thing and just keep going and go keep going. The difference is my rabbit hole, it's not things that are shady, questionable, or could put me in jail. So my rabbit holes are a lot different than most people's rabbit holes. But I can remember I saw one day the USA had a patent on the HIV virus, and I'm thinking, how do you have a patent on an HIV virus? You only get patents if you create something. Interesting, huh? So I could never find that site again. And that's funny because I can remember the exact rabbit hole I went down to. And then a few days later, when I was trying to show some people, it was gone. Convenient. But whatever. So you're telling me that COVID comes out, every big pharmaceutical company comes together and produces a vaccine that the whole entire world has to take in order to be safe. Okay, who's paying for those vaccines? Remember this, people. Oh, we all had to take two vaccines plus a booster shot plus 10 other booster shots. Weren't they like $400 or something per shot? All those people? So who paid for that? Oh, wait. Secretly, they must have charged us somewhere else for it. So all those people who got those free booster shots and free COVID shots. Now, okay, why is HIV and tuberculosis? That word's going to kill me. I'm going to check it up at the end. I'm so sorry that I butchered it like 10 times so far. Tuberculosis, I don't know. It's still going to get me in my head. That's my OCD. But think of that. HIV's been out for decades, and yet all these pharmaceutical companies couldn't come up with a vaccine because their exact excuse was that the HIV virus already changed too fast enough for them to make a vaccine. But now they got a pill that can control the virus before it turns into fully blown AIDS. Interesting. But you're telling me COVID, which has like 9 different variants already. I don't know that exact number. I'm just saying, like, it just seems like every year I'm hearing about a different variant of COVID. Has changed so fast that they can come out with these like vaccines so quick now. There's a lot of talk that just doesn't make sense in my world. But my other part was is I was talking to one of my buddies in Australia, and he's the one who pretty much told me he goes, "You got a place to stay if you want, blah blah blah." So I try not to tell too many people about my company because at the end of the day, I'm trying to build this up step by step, and I may not know the exact way of doing things, but I do know if I look at one part and go, "Oh, you know what? That makes sense to me," or "That doesn't make sense to me." Great. I'm going to keep going until I think I'm done. I've looked at my final consultation report. I have 198 pages that I could use. And every day I look at it, I just go through one slide, two slides, three slides, however many slides I go through, and I try and make it the best I can. And then I was talking to my buddy, and he goes, "Oh well, I want to start up a trailer park, blah 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 blah." And then he tells me, he goes, "You don't even know your idea." He goes, "Like every year it's a different thing." He goes, "Blah blah blah blah," and I go, "This is the reason I don't tell you things because at the end of the day, your mind." And I'm not saying that he's smart in his own regards, but how can you tell somebody how to run a company if you've never ran a company? Don't. You can give me your insight, you can give me your opinion, but don't tell me how to do my thing. Because at the end of the day, he hung up on me, and then I slammed him with four different pictures through Messenger. And I said, "Okay, you want to see something? Here's my consultation report. Here's my business license. Here's my banking info." I said, "Here's my website." At the end of the day, it all takes steps, it all takes money. So I had to build this up. Now I gotta go work a job to get my funds back down to normal so that I can buy a business license and somehow do this the right proper way. If I wanted to, I could go hang out, sell drugs for the next month, come out with 50K in my back pocket, put it in my bank, pay off all my debts, and use that money to build this business. That would be the fast way. That'd be the real fast way. But is it the legit, honest way? Nope. That's the way they want us to do it because that's how the system has forced us to be in the system. And that was another thing is I made a video saying, "Oh, if I was Prime Minister of Canada, why wouldn't I start a legalized cocaine?" And here's the funniest part. I read something yesterday that the most neutral country in the world, Switzerland, is going to start up almost like a pharmacy for cocaine, where they will have health professionals who can tell you how much cocaine you can take. They can sell it at a certain amount, and it's going to be a trial run so that they can eliminate the war on drugs. Here's the deal. What's the elimination of war on drugs? Once again, you created people to be in this system. Now you put people in the system, then you slap their hands and put them in jail so that the corporations still make their money. We get it. Get the circle. Everyone's been segregated. Everyone's been set up. I get that. But isn't that interesting that Switzerland was going to be the first country to legalize cocaine? The fact that it's already made as like a pharmaceutical, like if you look at like, this is interesting. One of my other cousins, she went through, tried to become a pharmacist, and in one of her years, they taught her how to make ecstasy and Viagra. And she posted a thing and she goes, "I know how to make ecstasy and Viagra. How important am I in this world?" And I'm thinking, honestly, you're a millionaire just by no one knows. Good on you. So you think all those people who are scientists, went to school to become a natural scientist, couldn't find a job because the system let them down, saying, "Hey, you can be whatever you want to be, but there's not going to be jobs out there where we're not going to actually help you get into the position you want. But we're going to take your money to go to school, make you take all these extra courses that you don't need, just so that we can take more money, pay off everything else, and funnel it back into the system." So I'm going to tell you right now, my cousin had like a GPA of like 3.7 out of 4. Something, it was almost near perfect. It was like A minuses across the board or something like that. Like A minuses and A's. And she didn't get in to become a pharmacist. So she worked her whole life for that. But she did so well that they started giving her grants to work on like cancer treatment, stuff like this. So she got lucky. But I'm going to tell you how many other people took science and are just working at crazy, weird ass jobs. Honestly, there's lots. Now, how many other people? I'm going to tell you this. This is a very interesting one. Look at how many unemployed engineers there are out there. I have a lot of friends, a lot. And I'm going to tell you, if I have 20 friends that are engineers, one, maybe one is actually working in engineering. All the rest are bartenders or in the customer service industry. Go check that stat. I can't guarantee on that stat. I'm going to tell you right now, maybe one, maybe 5%. So all these people who keep going to university, and that's me. I'm a product of the system. Go to university, it'll give you better opportunities. That's not how it works. Because I'm going to tell you back in the day, the people who could go to university were the rich and the elite. Now that information is free, university's done. Brick and mortars are done. That's why COVID was out to see if they could shut down the world and how much of the world would still actually participate and work. Everything that can be done online. All the big businesses that want to own like brick and mortar, Amazons, the Facebooks, whatever big businesses, the Musks that own all these car dealership lots and stuff like that. They all got in, made it big, got in with the government, take their money, run. That's the game, right? So you got to figure out how to do the game right. But it's funny because I know that this whole business is about triggers and habits. And my friend really triggered me that night. And I said, like, don't be coming at me because here's the deal. Everyone's coming at me. Everyone's telling me what I can and can't do. Who cares? Go live your life. Whether I succeed or fail, you're not going to congratulate me. You're not going to care. It doesn't really matter because I've taken more failures in my life than most people. So, cool. Keep coming at me. At the end of the day, just makes me stronger. I'm going to keep coming back at you and prove that I'm better than you. I'm going to prove that I'm the 1%. I'm going to prove that my mentality, break me down every day. I'm going to keep coming back every day. I'm the Pegasus. I'm the Pegasus that just keeps rising. I'm the Phoenix. I'm the Phoenix from the fire. Like it's just let's go. I'm ready. But yeah, so this just a good Christmas. I don't know. This was a long video. I really don't know what I even talked about, but I had a lot of rants going. And I know there was a few more things that I wanted to talk about. I just think honestly 2024 this gets interesting because we're in the world where and this is the other thing. People don't kind of realize why I'm doing this. I don't want to be stuck in Canada. This is not a good country. The country's beautiful. The resources are amazing. The animals are beautiful. Some of the people are beautiful. Take that wherever you want. Anywhere you go, people are who they are. Hell, even times I'm not even beautiful and I'm a terrible person. So I get that. But I think with the rich, you know what they do? You know why they set up businesses in other places? Because it doesn't hold them to one country. It gives them the freedom to move. Why do they have multiple passports? So that if certain countries that respect another country and they have that passport, they can get into that country. They can do business a lot easier, stuff like that, right? Isn't that the game? That's the game. Because I'm going to tell you right now, once I get this corporation, and yeah, it's a small business, but I'm going to start it off as a corporation. And why am I going to do that? And I'm going to pay more money for that. Sure, maybe if I fail, I lose a little bit more money because I'm trying to save myself on taxes. I'm trying to do it legit by the books, but I'm also willing to say I need to spend a little bit more money and not just accept things to be now, right? So if I do this business, this whole world is now a very internet run world. So if you don't know how to run anything with the internet, or if you don't know how to make analysts or consulting decisions, good luck. World's just running people out. They don't care for people. They don't. They didn't teach you how to be ahead in this world. Now they're going to run you down. Isn't that a very convenient thought of how this world's run? Because this business allows me to go anywhere in the world, and I could go pay for a, I think it's a nomad visa or a entrepreneur nomad visa, something like that, all over the world. And I've checked in a few places that if I just want to go bounce for the next, I'm 39. I hope to live over 100. So that's what, 61 years? Let's just say 60. There's three places that I can go every year. I don't have to have any requirement for income, and I can apply for a nomad visa saying that I'm going to work there. And all I have to do, and I can buy international health insurance anywhere in the world now. So now I can live anywhere in the world. I can have a nomad visa, and I can have international health care, and I don't have to pay taxes. That's cheat code, no? Just saying, that's probably the cheat code. That means I'm not stuck to a country. I'm not tied to their BS and whatever they do in their politics. I'm going to tell you right now, Canada's a terrible country. United States, good luck. Anything in North America, this might be the free world. Not the free world. It's not. Don't even lie to yourselves anymore, people. But this will be this will be interesting because everything I've done, I've tried and show people the truthful, honest way. I even had three people who have come through my website and signed up to be members. I had an individual actually email me looking for help, and I said, "Hey, I'm not going to be ready until a little bit into 2024. I can just try to assist you right now, just to kind of show you the way." He hasn't responded, but that's on him. I'm not going. I can't charge him. Like, I'm going to do it legit. If he needs help, it's just more of me giving him some expertise or just a right way of thinking, or maybe put him on the right path. You never know. Maybe me just helping him out that little bit, he can tell all of his friends and family, which would help my company grow. So that was the other thing is I keep looking and I go, you know, I'm selling a consulting company. It's going to be tough, and I've read all the like little different platforms and how people go, oh, if you sell it to one person, you sell for a lot more money. Sure, but then I also have to get that one person who's going to pay a lot more money. I don't have that full on expertise yet. It's like when you're a car salesman for the first year, tell everyone you're brand new. Say, hey, like I'm brand new. Just give me some time so that I can kind of go through the process. If you have a little bit extra time, I'll go make sure that it's a lot more of a proper smooth sailing instead of pushing things through as fast. I'm gonna tell you, you sell so many more cars in your first and second years, saying that you're brand new. So this business, I'm gonna be brand new, but I'm not gonna make a lot of money because this is actually a business where I'm trying to showcase my skills to help people. And it's not that I don't have the skills or the knowledge background or the assets to get ahead. It's just I've never done a business like this to this degree all by myself. So for the next few months, the reason I'm not even going to open up is because I'm going to save up enough money to pay for that offshore license, whether it's in Seychelles or British Virgin Islands or Costa Rica or wherever you feel comfortable, do it that way. Find a country that has a safe currency, a good political system, somewhere where your money is not going to get wasted to the side or the currencies aren't going to fluctuate because they're in war, stuff like that. And yeah, I don't know. It'll just be interesting. Anyways, these 40-minute videos, I really should not talk in the mornings because apparently I'm a chatty Cathy. That's crazy. I don't normally like to even talk in the mornings, but I got nobody, I got no friends. Nobody wants to talk to me. It's okay. I know that this will get interesting because I set all these, it's like a farmer, you plant the seeds and you hope for a great year. Sometimes you get bad luck. Sometimes year doesn't happen, the weather doesn't happen, things don't happen, time doesn't happen. You just gotta kind of roll with the punches. So 2022 is the year of my life, and I think that was because the devil was all involved in that year. That was also the year that I had my started my spiritual awakening, and where I gave my soul to God. And I think what he did was he goes, okay, I'm gonna see if you're true. I'm gonna give you everything you asked for. He did. He gave me everything I asked for. But he goes, see how long you'll last with this. See if you actually want this. So he gave me everything. The love, the friends, the connections. They're all gone now. I know that that love is coming back just because, well, there's when you're in a twin flame, it's tag, you're it. I'm going to chase you to the next part of life. But that's the difference. I already know the next part of my life. She doesn't. I get to say, I'm so sorry. We're not playing games because love shouldn't be like this. God's telling me, that a boy. You know what? She's a twin flame, which is a soulmate. But do I want that? Do you want somebody in your life who's going to use you, abuse you, treat you bad, manipulate you, lie to you, has addictions? I can love the person for who she is, right? But at the end of the day, I also have to say, I gotta love myself. Will I ever go back to that life? I can't. I know what I was. I know who I was. I know what I did. I got some good stories. Don't get me wrong. I hung out with the devil quite a bit, but I can't do that anymore. So, this was a long video. Nobody even watches my videos, and I'm okay with that. Because in the next year, when I got like 1,000 videos out, I'll eventually pick up. My name will get out there. And the timing will work out where I can just go travel the world. I can do my consultation. And if I really need to make extra money, I'm pretty sure I can landscape all over the world. There's a lot of beautiful places that need to look even more beautiful. I don't think they've created robots yet that want to go and do crap jobs for little or no money just to get ahead in life. But it is what it is. That being said, divine timing, divinityvirtue.com. Try to be your best. Try to help out others. Try to be 1% better. Gotta take your losses before you become the boss. It's just been a great, interesting year. It was a wake up. I've learned that my life is not going to be in Canada anymore. I do have some beautiful women that are starting to come out and show me some interest, and I gotta be honest with you, I never thought I was a good looking person. You know, I've always been that fat person. I'm gonna tell you, this may sound bad, but when you're skinnier or leaner, you get a lot more attention. And I think it's probably because you can see my face. You can see definition. I just don't look like a big ball of sourdough bread. Okay, that's what I used to look like. I was like the marshmallow man with marshmallows on my legs, behind my legs, and everything else. You know, I wake up every day and I look at my body. I'm going to tell you, I'm not happy with it. I think I look worse now than I did fat, which is really weird because everyone's like, you look really good. I'm like, no, I don't. I got at least 25 to 30 pounds. And if I do it right, I'm debating because that means tomorrow. Tomorrow would be the start of putting my calories back and doing twice. So that'd be 6 pounds just the vegetables and 8 cans of tuna. Oof. Those are heavy days, whether you believe it or not. Like you'll go to bed and you're thinking you're stuffed, but you're actually like you underate, which sounds really weird. So you're gonna be stuffed, but you underate for calorie wise. It's a really weird dynamic, but it makes your body go, oh, I gotta dig into the fat stores. And I really want that six pack because I want a hot guy summer. To be honest with you, I want to prove to everyone how hard it is to actually get a six pack. I'm looking at all these things that are coming out. Oh, do this for 20 minutes a day, you'll have a summer. And it's coming out now. Watch all the lies. It's lies. So I'm going to tell you right now, you cannot get a six pack in 20 days. You do 1,000 sit-ups every day and don't work out anything out of your body. So you're going to tell me you're going to be the marshmallow man with a six pack? No, doesn't work that way. Don't believe any lies unless they're absolutely chiseled and they're telling you that they're not on steroids and that they went from like 400 pounds to 200, then believe them. But I'm going to tell you right now, everyone's lying to you. They're trying to sell a product, trying to sell something. I'm just trying to tell you the truth. I can't sell anything on this except for the truth. Because at the end of the day, you don't need to be buying anything from anyone. You just need to eat healthy. You need to stay away from fast food. You need to stay away from alcohol. You need to stay away from man-made sugars, anything that's like been refined, chocolates. Don't get me wrong. I eat protein bars and there's chocolate on them. Okay, but inside the protein bars is like soy, soybeans or whatever. Um, my protein drinks, it's muscle milk, so there's chocolate or vanilla flavored, but there's no it's you, there's no sugar in there. It's a maybe a sucralose. I think that's a still sugar, but I don't know. Sorry, don't hold me to that. But I haven't had a Slurpee this entire year. I haven't had fast food this entire year. Beef, I haven't had beef at all this year, at all. Chicken, I've had twice. Had chicken twice, had turkey twice. The rest has been tuna, vegetables, fruit, granola, milk, cheese, all the things that have come from nature and society and has very little human change on it. Okay. So, yeah, once again, this was a really long video. Merry Christmas to everyone. Um, divinityvirtue.com. Let's work together. If you guys want to start looking at my website and just even emailing me thoughts of what I can add to it, how I can be better, I'm open to everything as long as it's positive. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I've come from a very negative life, negative upbringing, and to change my thoughts every day, even though I have nothing, to try to just be positive and show people that like, hey, life sucks, life's going to kick you down, but I'm still going to love you, and I'm still going to show you respect and care and honesty and try to do the right things. I'm going to say a lot about who I am because I got to build this all on reputation. I got to build this all on everything I say I got to do. And it's funny, I went to the gym, the lady who gave me money and whatnot, she goes, "Did you say that you were going to quit?" I go, "Do you see how hard this is? You see me here every day. I'm here on the elliptical no matter what for 2 hours a day." She goes, "Yeah, it's crazy." She goes, "What you're eating?" Like, I go, "I'm eating 6 to 8 pounds a day of food." I go, "When I get home, it's just going to be like the next 5 hours of just eating." She goes, "Wow, why do you do that?" I said, "Because I'm trying to show it to people like, you don't cut calories. You just change your food. You eat more. Your body wants to eat. It's like we're all cows. We just want to eat, sleep, shag, repeat." I don't know. Can't be that hard. Anyways, thank you very much for everything. We'll see if tomorrow I want to start up my challenge. This is the summer of the six pack, right? So it just means that in the next 3 months, which gets really cold in Canada, will be very cold for me because I'm already lean. And I'm going to tell you, I was leaner during the summer, and at least it was warm during the summer. But this would mean that I'd be very cold during the winter. And I think that's probably going to be the kicker for me that says, get out, move somewhere warm, beach, shorts, be that guy who just uses his materialistic body to get by in life. Once again, I'm going to say this again, take your losses before you become the boss. Divinityvirtue.com. Shameless plug, sorry. Everything happens on divine timing. Gotta love yourselves. Be better. Try to be 1% better every day. Let's help everyone out to move forward. Don't be so hard on people. I'm going to tell you, it's sometimes it's not really worth it. 'Cause I'm going to tell you, I had one of the most blessed Christmases just by myself, and I'm thinking there was no stress. Sure, I wasn't with family. It's too bad. But at the end of the day, it's me. It's me versus the world, and that's what I'm starting to see is that if you want to be part of my life, come be part of my life. If you don't, somebody will. There's 8 billion people. Thank you very much. God bless. Amen.